Who's ready for this episode to mess them up? Because I sure am. This is probably the episode that I've been most excited to release so far, because we've been wondering about Willow and Amity's past friendship for a while now, and it looks like we're finally going to get answers in this episode, and I am so incredibly excited. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of hoping that we're going to see angsty Amity again. Like, I know that she's been on a nicer streak and trying to improve herself, but I kind of want to see angsty Amity again. I want to see that she's still working on some stuff. But my predictions for this episode are that Luce is going to be in some sort of class, and there's going to be like an assignment. She's going to use those like memory tweezers. It's going to be like, oh, extract a memory from a friend or classmate. She's going to extract something from Willow, and things are going to go bad. A memory is going to get damaged. I'm assuming one that's related to Willow and Amity's past friendship. And so it's going to be up to Amity and Luce to fix the problem while like Gus, Ida, and King look over Willow's body. There's some interesting stuff in that promo that was released, like Willow dumping water on herself, and you see like the steam or smoke rising behind her, but we know that there's like a fire monster, so like maybe the fire monster is causing like her temperature to rise, and like when she dumps the water on herself it creates steam, or just like the fire monster being inside her head causes smoke to come out of her. I don't know, it's weird. But for the smoke fire demon monster thing, I see like a couple different theories for that. One, it's very similar in color to Amity's fireball magic that she just learned, so maybe her powers get a little bit out of control. Maybe she combines them with like an abomination fire magic type thing, but it doesn't look too much like an abomination, because even when we saw the last episode, the plant abomination still looked like an abomination, but the fire demon doesn't really look like that. So that's less likely. Third, I feel like it could be like a physical manifestation of either Willow or Amity's negative emotions. Or 4, I think it could be related to the memory tweezers, and it's like the thing that's actually destroying Willow's mind. Also, we have Amity's mom apparently showing up in this episode in some way, so there's a lot of stuff, and oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Dana Terrace and crew, I am ready for you guys to just punch me in the feels. I'm ready for it. Oh boy. Alright, let's go. Understanding Willow. Here we go. This is Basha.
Now we're talking.
Of course it's Basha.
Today.
Oh hey, we actually finally get it confirmed in the actual show. Man, you can already tell that like Amity is like not vibing with her posse.
Any friend of Willow's is an automatic dork.
You gonna say anything, Amity? I'm like also nervous. Like, why am I nervous? I'm excited and nervous at the same time. Understanding Willow. Here we go.
Actual memories. I'ma see me some baby Willow.
We all will.
Amity, weren't you friends with Willow?
Oh.
I'm a blight. We only associate with a select few. Keep annoying me, though. I'm happy to select fewer.
Oh, man. Amity's not holding back. Jeez. I like that we're seeing that Amity's still, like, trying to, like, keep up her appearance.
These are moments that evoke a strong emotional response.
Oh, Amity is definitely going to evoke a strong emotional response.
What are your friends do? I knew we were meant to be friends.
Luce.
Ooh, there's more.
Wait, those are her parents. Oh.
If you won't tell me what she did, I'll never be able to cook up a scheme to make you friends again.
Oh, yep,
Luce,
of course.
I get it.
Luce has, like, the best of intentions, though.
Yep, just a super cute ghost, but they're all mine. Willow, I'm sorry, but I have to do this.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's why it's a fire monster. Wait, does that mean it's gonna get rid of Amity? Because she burned herself? Yeah, Amity's fine. Oh, yeah.
Oh, come on!
Well, what'd you expect? Blowing on it increases the flames. That's why it's a fire monster. It is Amity's powers.
Hot.
Okay, yeah, the fire. Oh god, the fire monster is like in her head. That's totally fine and normal. All good. Oh no. It's starting already.
I'm Willow.
Amity.
Hi.
Does this school not have like
Willow's
a fire alarm system?
As many as so this is the owl.
Yay!
Yep. And you sleep here?
What a odd question to ask, Amity. You sleep here.
Damage like that can change everything
Oh,
about
Amity
a person.
feels guilty about
Willow
it.
may
Yep.
Still,
Going into her mind.
fantasy
Disregard for her safety. Downright despicable.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Out of time.
Yep.
I'm in total free fall.
You and Amity. It's gotta be you and Amity.
Okay, I'll do what I can.
See, she takes accountability. Oh, hey, look, her hands are normal size. Oh my god, why are they holding hands so long? And there's the bell. I said that bell was gonna bring it back. They're still holding hands. I just want to point that out. They're still holding hands. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Go.
Oh, yep, and I knew she was gonna pull her in. I called that out at one of my videos.
The dunes.
Oh, it's their fort. That's cute. Oh my god, this is breaking my heart. Look at her. She still cares. Her parents suck. Oh, and then they come back to color.
Fixing the
Oh, the cookies. Yeah, Ida would be a great interview. Oh, Hootie, you're gonna have to fix that. Also, you just hurt yourself. Yeah, Willow's got 2 dads, y'all. Willow's got 2 dads.
Come on. We can fix this together.
Oh, look at you, so cute. Oh.
What's that?
That's... Oh. Can she only see it? Liz is gonna see it later.
Yeah, that one's hard to explain.
Oh. Oh, God. I love Amity so much. She's a little bit busy right now. It's anything
Amity,
pertaining with you.
Thing isn't after any photo.
It's after you. Yeah, because you burned yourself out of the photo. Yeah.
Swimming lesson.
I said she's gonna be casting a spell. Good job, Luz. You're getting so creative.
Baby.
Look at these 2. I love them so much. Oh, this is like Dark Willow. This is Villain AU Willow right here. Jeez, Luz got just yeeted through.
You said I was hurting Willow?
Look at her grabbing Liz's arm. Oh, it's because of her parents, because her parents suck.
That is why.
There's more to it, though. Oh, nice transition. Nice transition.
Amity?
What is
I usually
But they're mean. Just because you work with
She knows they're mean.
We'll make sure the girl is never admitted into Hexside. Now go and...
She did it so she could learn magic at Hexside?
I was too weak to be yours.
Oh my god, I
I
love
take back
Amity
what
so
I've done, but I
much.
can I won't let Basha and her gang pick on you ever again.
Amity is MVP. What a legend. All right, fandom, get your pitchforks, get your torches ready, make sure they're ready to be lit. We are storming Blight Manor later today. Because Mr. and Mrs. Blight have wrath that will be raining down on them.
Mr. Hootie?
Oh boy. Oh, this is, oh Gus. Oh, you poor boy. Still old Nance.
Whoa, what went down here?
Just saying.
Where's Gus?
Just messing.
Oh, look at this
Everything.
jokester. This little clown here. Oh, she's feeling left out.
I can't say we're friends, but it's
A start?
a start.
Yes! I loved that episode. That was fantastic. That was great. Oh my goodness. Oh, guys, next week we got Grom, y'all. We got Grom next week.
Understanding Willow is definitely up there as one of my favorite episodes now. As much as I love diving into lore and theories in any show, I'm a sucker for some good character development, and man, did this episode have some good character development. But first, let's go over our secret messages. First, our episode title message is "A Witch Loses a True Way." Our secret symbols for the episode are found here on the sign to the roller ghoster. The last symbol is actually one we have yet to see, but with the first 2 A and N, we can assume that the last symbol is D, giving us and. Meaning our secret code message is now 2 witches torn apart, now alone, 2 hearts of stone, a curse of feathers, and. The curse of feathers is most definitely referring to Ida, and we can assume the other witch mentioned of the 2 is Lilith. So perhaps the curse is also affecting Lilith in some way we don't know. At this point, I feel the word is bone, although Lilith doesn't seem to have any connections to bones established in the show thus far. If the word does end up being bone, though, it may be referencing the bones of the Isles. Either way, our secret message is definitely getting more interesting. But with the codes out of the way, let's get into relevant plot, lore, and world building. Now, like I said, this episode was about the character development, so plot-wise, not a ton, but we did learn some interesting things. First, we finally got in-show confirmation about Skara's name, so no longer will we refer to her as Bard Girl. Next, we got to see the memory tweezers in action finally, and I really like this concept of being able to pull memories out and then keep them as photographs. I think it's just very creative. We also get confirmation that Willow has 2 dads, which is awesome and also gives me the idea that Lumity might not actually be too far out of the realm of possibility at this point. We also find out that going into someone's mind is apparently illegal, which makes me wonder how many instances of memory modification occurred to make it illegal. We see later in the episode when Luce casts her ice spell, she actually just draws the circle and not the glyph too, which has me wondering if Luce is actually getting more powerful with her spell casting. But the biggest thing plot-wise, or I suppose a better word would be backstory-wise, was Willow and Amity's past friendship. We see how the two got along as kids, building forts, sneaking into the romance section at the library, going to the amusement parks, and playing in eggs? Amity and Willow clearly were very close when they were younger, Amity even saying that Willow was her best friend. Which makes the scene shown later hit even harder. Because one of the other big things that happened in this episode is that we got our first glimpse at Mr. and Mrs. Blight. And I've been saying for a while that I felt Amity didn't really want to cut ties with Willow, but rather it was her parents who made her. We also find out that the Blights were going to use their influence to ensure that Willow never got a chance to go to Hexside to keep Amity and Willow apart. Additionally, we found out that the Blights are friends with Basha and Skara's parents, hence why Amity hangs out with them to this day. And honestly, I'm really glad that we didn't get to see their faces. I think it just adds to the mystery of them and lets us as the viewers just despise these silhouettes. And I feel when they hopefully get truly introduced to the show, it will make the payoff a lot better by giving us this little glimpse of the Blights for us to think on for a little bit. But with that, let's get into character development. Now really, the only 2 characters that had any sort of development were obviously Willow and Amity. I will mention really quick that I like how Luce is maintaining a friendship with both of them, and is at least honest with Willow that she wants to try and have her and Amity be friends again. It's just one of those things that I love about Luce, always trying to be the peacekeeper amongst others. But now we'll move on to Willow. While this episode does heavily revolve around her, she's passed out for most of it. But I like seeing that Willow didn't want to mend her friendship with Amity at the beginning of the episode. I think it's really easy in fiction for characters to easily forgive others, but honestly I like that Willow is showing that the damage has been done and has no intention of reaching out to Amity. It's only after the inner Willow sees what Amity's parents did, and after Amity apologizes and vows to not let Basha and the others hurt her anymore, that Willow is able to consider taking the steps to reform that friendship. And I like that Willow says it's a start. The two don't automatically become friends again. There are still some scars left over, but an understanding between the two has been reached, and has at least opened the door to the possibility of a rekindled friendship. One of the things that I really appreciate in the Owl House is how things are allowed to take the time they need to develop, so I'm glad that we're seeing that here too with Willow and Amity. Speaking of Amity, let's talk about her now because my god, does this girl have layers. I said at the very beginning of my reaction, I hope we get to see angsty Amity again, and we do when she is with Basha and Skara. We see that aloof and cold personality back in play, and as we know now, it's because Amity doesn't even like these two. And this was actually hinted back in Hootie's Moving Hassle during the Moonlight Conjuring when Amity was sitting away from everybody else. Amity even says that she'll cut ties with Skara if she keeps annoying her. We also got our first confirmation that the Blights are a highly regarded family. It's been hinted at heavily in the show, but when Amity says I'm a Blight, you know that name carries weight. I also like that Amity doesn't make any effort to try and stop Basha and Skara from bullying Willow because it shows that she's still trying to keep up her appearance as the popular top student. I think it's important to still show flaws in your characters, and for as much as Amity has grown, she still has things she needs to work on. And it's this worry about her reputation that leads to the whole conflict of this episode in the first place. But she does show remorse, apologizing to Willow before she burns the photo. It doesn't excuse her actions, but it does show that she at least cares about Willow still. And again, it's nice to see Amity make her fair share of mistakes in this situation. But come on, Amity, I know you're a smart girl. I know you would know not to blow on a flame to try and put it out. We also see Amity going to the Owl House for the first time, and we see her excellent conversational skills on display.
So, this is the Owl House. Yep. And you sleep here?
When the night critters allow me to.
Now we see how guilty Amity looks in this whole situation, again reinforcing that Amity does truly care and takes accountability for her actions. And then we get some hand-holding, just so much hand-holding in this episode. Once actually inside Willow's mind, we see Luz and Amity go through all of the various memories. Starting with the one at Lake Lacuna. Like, look at how fondly Amity is looking at this fort, and the fact that she remembered the missing flag, come on, this girl still cares about her friend. But we can see immediately after this that Amity is still struggling with maintaining her reputation, not wanting Luz to know the truth as to why her and Willow are no longer friends. However, this doesn't stop her from fixing the other memories, even remarking that she feels bad about almost erasing them and acknowledging the mistakes she made. And of course, Luz is just like the best friend you could ask for in this episode. I also like the goofier side of Amity that we saw in this episode. It's just reinforcing the point that Amity is letting her walls down around Luz. And then Luz gives Amity a hug, and this is probably the first hug this poor girl has ever gotten in her entire life. Once Amity and Luz meet the inner Willow, we see the anger that Willow has built up for years since Amity cut ties with her. Eventually, this leads to Amity finally coming clean about her reasoning for cutting ties with Willow. And we get what I think is probably the best line in the show thus far.
Willow, you were never too weak to be my friend. I was too weak to be yours. I can't take back what I've done, but I can promise you this. I won't let Basha and her gang pick on you ever again.
Amity acknowledges her weakness and vows to never let Basha or anyone else bully Willow again. And we saw a very brief glimpse of this back in Hootie's Moving Hassle when she directs their attention away from Willow. Although now it seems like Amity won't make it so heavily veiled, but rather be upfront with her intentions. I also liked the agreement between Amity and Inner Willow with keeping both the good and bad memories. Happiness and pain, whether it be from sadness or anger, are human emotions, and it's important to acknowledge them just as much as happiness. Now, when Luz mentions to Amity whether or not she believes she and Willow are going to be friends again, she says she isn't sure. And going back to the point from earlier, I like that both Amity and Willow are unsure of where they stand at the moment. I also like this because it means Amity doesn't see her apologizing as justification to be friends again. She doesn't feel she has yet earned that friendship back, which shows maturity and respect towards Willow on her end. And then of course we get even more hand-holding, but I like that the last few scenes Amity is in, she actually doesn't say anything, because her expression and actions are enough to convey what she is feeling. She feels a bit awkward being around Luz and Willow given to everything that has just happened, but these small smiles show that she is opening up more to those around her. And her letting the invitation to Skara's party go shows that Amity has finally made the decision to distance herself from her, Basha, and the rest of the posse, which will hopefully lead to Amity becoming closer to Luz, reconnecting with Willow, and beginning to form a friendship with Gus. Also, considering we have Wing It Like Witches in 2 weeks and Basha and the posse make an appearance, maybe we'll see the repercussions of Amity cutting ties with the girls. I could honestly see Basha challenging Luz and the gang out of spite. But overall, what a great episode for Willow and Amity. Amity especially. Legit, anytime she is in an episode, I feel like I can't love her anymore as a character, and then she just exists, and I'm like, oh hey, look at that, I love her more as a character. And I am so excited to see where her character goes because next week we have Enchanting Gromfright. That's going to be a huge episode and the crew has already been hyping it up, so look forward to that next week. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you have a fantastic day, and until next time guys, take care.